Hey everybody, what's up? It's Ree or Rebel Inks Art here with today's Creative Corner, and for today's video we're doing another character design challenge, but instead of using a regular old prompt, today I'm designing characters based on me. I guess kind of the short version of this is I was inspired by Sanders Sides, and then also like Inside Out, you know, things like that that take personifications of a person's mind or personality and turn them into their own characters. And I've kind of been considering doing something like this for a while, but it wasn't until just, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I watched The Greatest Showman, and it kind of helped me come up with a concrete idea with, for what one of the main kind of aspects of my personality is. And so because of that, I decided to go ahead and make this video. And we can just see me go ahead and starting things off with one of the first characters. We've got 3 characters here, this first being a character that I have named Albie. They are the entertainer side of my personality. And I just kind of decided to go with a ringleader aesthetic because that's something that I really, really enjoy. I've always been big into that like very dramatic, flashy look, along with that whole suits look is like high-key my thing. I love it. And so I was very excited to try this out. I had something I was going to say and it just completely escaped my mind. Rip. But yeah, I feel like this, the entertainer kind of sums up a good majority of my personality. One of my main goals in life is to make people happy. I've always felt very pushed towards this idea of entertaining folks, of making people smile, and it kind of comes through in everything I do, from the way I talk, to the way I work, to the way I make my art. It's always kind of been done with this idea in mind of making other people happy. The reason that I started art was because Lindsay was so excited when she showed it to me, and I wanted to keep that excitement going. The reason I continued art was not only because it made me happy, but because it made the people around me happy. A lot of the things I do have always been fueled with others' joy in mind, and so this idea of like a performer or an entertainer has always kind of been something that very much spoke to me. And it wasn't until I saw The Greatest Showman and cried from the 2-minute mark through the rest of the movie that I realized that the idea of a ringleader was a very good way to put it, with this character parading around all these different things in the very center of the ring, being a very kind of appealing image to me. And so I decided that was going to be a solid kind of character to design Albie around. I don't know, I'm very sorry. I'm finishing this up late at night. This video took longer to record than I anticipated, and because of it, my brain is just not ticking the way I wanted it to, which is okay. Sometimes that happens. But I'm just going in there, throwing in some flat colors. It happened kind of unintentionally, but all of these characters ended up having haircuts that I have had in the past. Never had these hair colors though. I've always kind of wanted to try blue, but I've never had the guts for it. Maybe someday. Decided to give Albie some bright gold eyes just because I thought it would match their color scheme very well, and also because I just love gold eyes. Such a quality design choice that I will use and abuse until my dying days. I decided to keep everything nice and cute and cartoony. Partially because I was recording this video late and I wanted to make sure to get it down, or up, sorry. I wanted to get it up on YouTube before it was Tuesday, and also just because doing, you know, nice little cartoony things every now and again is such a lovely little brush of fresh, the lisp came out there for a second, I'm sorry. Doing cartoony stuff is a breath of fresh air when I'm getting stressed out. It's a style that I don't let myself indulge in enough, despite it being so good and so wonderful, and if you have a cutesy art style, I love you. So it was just a nice little thing to get to do again. Doing some nice little bits of shading. Then some little bits of blush on them, some highlighting. And then, there we go. And we're going to go ahead and start on the second aspect of my personality, which is what I've decided to call the teacher. This kind of encapsulates, that's not a word, I don't know what I just said, encapsulates? Is that a word? I'm not even sure. It captures, there we go, just kind of my desire to help others and to teach others. I have taught multiple art classes for a couple years now. Helping people, especially helping kids, is a pretty big passion of mine. I don't know, it just kind of, I can't talk, I'm so sorry. I felt like the idea of like an art teacher character was a very good kind of summary of my desire to help others and teach others, and I don't know, it kind of also captures just my kindness, I guess. I don't know, I don't like talking about my positive qualities, as kind of garbage as that sounds, just because I always feel like I'm bragging and I hate that. But hopefully, I try to be a very kind person, and I feel like just this idea of this, like those fun, hip art teachers that you get that are kind while still like help teach you, kind of feels like the vibe I always try to convey with my actions and my words. So this is Rosa. My hair is about this wavy when it is grown out, though it hasn't been the length that Alba's is. Not Alba, I combined Albie's and Rosa's names, my bad. My hair hasn't been Rosa's length since I was about 14, 12, something around there. I cut my hair short for a play I was doing and then never let it grow out longer from that point. Just kept cutting it shorter and shorter. But I definitely wanted Rosa to have that nice kind of like, I'm not necessarily being sloppy with my appearance, but I'm kind of just wearing whatever I can grab so I can get on to the things that I want to get done sort of look. Because that's that look I end up having on my day-to-day life. I also feel like it just kind of captures that teacher aesthetic very well. Giving her lilac hair with light blue gradients. Giving her a cute little nose. And then going in here and cleaning up those colors. I ended up doing noses in these videos the way that Lindsay does her noses, just because her art has always been an inspiration to me, but there was something about it lately that just got me in the mood to draw cutesy cartoon characters, and I decided to go ahead and channel that a little bit and borrow the way she does noses, just because it's too cute. It's too cute, you guys. And cleaning up the rest of those colors. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some paint splatters on that apron. We're going to do some gentle shading. Nothing too detailed, but just enough to give her some depth. And finally, throw in some heavy blush on and some freckles. I felt like my love for freckles definitely fit best onto this character as opposed to the other two. It was about this part that I realized I hadn't switched over Rosa to the other side like I wanted her to, so I had to merge all the layers together in order to move her together, or move her over, my bad. And then here we are starting on that third and final character. This is a character that I decided to go ahead and call the Defender, as much of it's kind of a cheesy title. But this is kind of, I don't know, I guess like my punk rock version of myself. That kind of desire I have to protect and take care of those around me. Kind of the very, I don't want to call it like the knight in shining armor, but just like that if somebody hurts you, I will fight them sort of side of my personality. That version of me that is ready to throw down at any given moment. This is also kind of what I imagine my future self hopefully looking like if I can get into shape and afford tattoos. Which, let's be honest, both of those are probably not going to happen, but a gal can dream. I'm heading in on that line art. One thing I tried to challenge myself to do was to make all of their like eyes different, and that's something we're actually going to be seeing in Wednesday's video. I've kind of realized, and it was thanks to the video that Lavender Town just put out, that I do have a bit of a case of same face syndrome, and while it's not as drastic as some people have to deal with, it's something I'd definitely like to improve on. And while I knew that I definitely needed to start doing different kinds of noses and ears, I hadn't really realized up until just now that my eyes are also very similar to one another. And so I'm going to be working on learning different types of eyes in this upcoming relearn, so hopefully that'll turn out fun. We will see how that goes. I also forgot to move, this is Zoe, by the way. I named her Zoe, and I forgot to move her to the middle, and I just didn't have the energy to move her over, so she's gonna stay kind of in the center, which is a-okay. I'm doing those cutesy little eyes, doing those eye shines, filling in that teal hair, and cleaning up the rest of my colors. Doing a fun little rainbow bracelet before finally doing the tattoos all over the arms. I decided to go with some nice, like, just simple black tattoos, kind of to fit with that butch lifestyle, but then also making them nice and floral, just because I thought it would be fun and cutesy. And then doing that finished up simple shading. Along with some highlights. And there we go. Here we can see those finished illustrations. I'm pretty darn happy with how these guys turned out. I feel like there's probably, I could break up the aspects of my personality a bit more, and I do wish I had more energy in me right now, and I wasn't tripping over every other word like an idiot, because I would love to, you know, expand on these guys a bit, but for now this is what I've got the energy for, my bad. So we're just gonna kind of, you know, roll with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more of these characters, let me know. If not, they will just, you know, stay in my little art file to be picked up again in a couple months. But with that said and done, I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you eat some great food, and I hope you make some awesome art. I love you! Bye-bye!